All right, so for this particular topic, I don't think it's a big issue. I looked at your answers and I have gone through this with another P6 class. It's very easy. We can go through this quite fast. Okay, since we can go through this quite fast, it means we can do extra stuff also. Can? What you can do is be responsive. Okay, the more responsive you are, the more I know you are okay with the topic. But so far, anybody has problems with reproduction in plants? Yes or no? No? Okay, good. Yeah, I see some of you shaking your head. Yeah, thank you, Rita, for telling me. Hakim also asked for access, right? Oh, Galen, you don't have also. Okay, I think Hakim, you can access now. Rita, I don't receive the request. Can you quickly type in the email for me? Galen, I've given it to you. See whether you can access it. You want extra resources you can only obtain from the drive. So you want notes, you want extra tips, how to handle exams. It will be all found here. Gradually, you'll see more and more things there. Okay. Hopefully, everybody's in. All right. So for this particular topic, okay, shouldn't be a big issue. So I can also look at your answers over here. I can see your MCQ answers. Okay, question 1, study the flow chart below. It shows that P develops into Q after undergoing process S and T. So you're supposed to identify PQ and then S and T. Okay, so of course, the first way is look at it, okay, individually. So if I see, okay, P is a flower, Q is a fruit, right? Then I would suspect S and T has to do with pollination and fertilization. But somehow you know that the order is not correct. You should always have pollination first, followed by fertilization, right? And then the ovules become the seeds, ovary become the entire fruit. So B is correct, we know. What about C? Okay, let's look at C over here, adult plant, okay, from the seed. So this is seed, right? Seed and then adult plant. So what must the seed do in order for it to grow as a plant? It needs to germinate first. Okay, so this is correct. Germinate first, and then after it germinates, it becomes a young seedling, right? Seedling need to grow into an adult plant. That's why you have, if I put in seed here, adult plant, and then, okay, this is germination and then growth. So C is correct. But then can I have pollination here? And then after that, followed by fertilization. Is it correct? Cannot be. Okay, seeds, how to undergo pollination is not going to be possible. So this is not correct, not correct. Answer is C. Okay, good, Prita. I'm happy to know that. Finally, right? Finally, you can access. I think it's for quite a while already. You are trying to access this. So happy now. Okay, so we have C, and then let me see, 1 person, 2 person, 3 person got this wrong. Do you realize what error you made already? Yeah, those who got this question wrong, I hope you understand why the answer is C now. Let's look at question 2. Okay. Question 2, diagram shows pollen tube that has grown and is about to reach the ovule in the ovary. So which process will take place when the pollen tube reaches the ovule in the ovary? Which process? Okay, of course, it is fertilization. Everybody got this correct. So no need to go through in detail. Question 3. Okay, this is a coconut seedling. It was found on the beach as shown. So there is actually leaves, on the seedling. So what do you think is the correct statement? Once there are leaves, right? What can the seedling do? What can the seedling do? Okay, this is pretty obvious. Okay, all of you should get the answer as A. Okay, start making food. So any problem with this one so far? Does anyone have any question for this? Don't have, right? Good. Okay. Question 4. Question 4. Let's see. Right. Which of the following changes will take place after fertilization? After fertilization, we know that the ovary starts to grow bigger and bigger, right? And then the petals, everything else will start dry up and fall off. Yeah, you remember seeing the video? Correct or not? There's a video, flower to fruit. Do you all still remember? Have you all watched those videos in school? No response. Never watched before. Yancy never watched before. Hakim did, is it? Hakim did. Okay, good. Let me see if I have it. I will send you all the link lah. I don't think I will show unless I have a very short video. Okay. Yeah, so this is a time-lapse video filmed over 8 weeks. Yeah, so this is how it happens. There are many videos. I don't think I can show you all of them. Okay, very interesting. If you have time, of course, you can go and look at them lah. Once you go to one video, you will see the, many other suggested video for you. Okay. All right. So I'll just copy this link. For those who are interested, you can, of course, watch it later. Not now, later. Okay, that's the link. You can copy it and save it somewhere first. Now, so come back to this question. Yeah, come back to these questions. When fertilization takes place, the ovary starts to swell up. Ovules will then develop into seeds. All other parts like the petals, the sepals, they all will dry up and fall off. Okay, so before fertilization, you're looking at structure W only. Okay, so because all of them are the same, then you need to identify what is this structure W. Ian, where are you, Ian? Let's see whether you're here. Ian can tell me what is structure W?
Ovules.
Very good. Ovules. Yeah. And some of you also type in. So ovules will develop into seeds. That's why answer is B. Can? Still, I see some errors. Okay, let me see. For those of you who chose A, all right, some of you chose A, you need to know, okay, this part is the ovary. Okay, it will develop into the whole fruit. Okay, this is the ovules, right? Okay, this will develop into the seeds. In this particular instance, how many seeds will there be? How many seeds will there be in this fruit? How do you know? How do you all know? So clever. Okay. Yeah, because you're just counting. Yes, you're counting the number of ovules, right? Very good, very good. Wonderful. So how many ovules are there? There are 6 ovules that will turn into seeds. Yeah. Don't say turn into seeds. Maybe let's try to use the word develop into seeds. Can? Yes, you may go. Just drop me the message from now on. Yeah. Form also good. Yeah. Yeah, I like that as well. So ovules form the seeds. Sounds good. Okay, so this is B. Let's look at question 5. Now, the plant below has flowers. Do you see this diagram very familiar to what you've seen before? When do you see this? Last worksheet, right? Same diagram, but the way they ask the question is a bit changed. Can recognize that, yeah? So we know, okay, this is actually a plant with flowers that are pollinated by, I think quite obvious, by the wind. Okay. Yeah, most of you got this right. Yes. How do you know it's pollinated by the wind? How? What tells you that it is pollinated by wind? Okay. Yeah, Heidi says because she sees the anthers hanging out. Then somebody said stigma sticking out, feathery stigma. Yeah, lah. There are very clear signs of it being wind pollinated, isn't it? That's why in our Jamboard, right, there is this particular page. Okay, actually only Bethel went in to put in the responses. She contributed here. So you can see, yeah, insect pollinated. And then she put in the wind pollinated. So she has all these pointers. Some of you, if you have time, put in some diagram lah. You can find a lot of pictures from the internet. Yeah, thank you, Bethel, for doing this. I appreciate. Okay, so come back to the worksheet. Okay, so this one very obvious. It's wind. Quite easy, right? The questions. Yeah, but you're not going to get so many easy questions for PSLE. I think only one question for reproduction. Yeah, Shoria says feathery stigma, which makes it easier for pollen grains to land on. The flowers also does not have brightly colored flowers. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky, Shoria. Are you able to see brightly colored flowers here? No, right? But if let's say you are adding in this one to the notes, that will be good. So, Shoria, you can go to the Jamboard, put in one sticky note there. Okay, put in one of the sticky note, put in this point. I like this. Can you do that? Thank you. Question 6. So you study the diagram here. Very nice flower. And then this is an insect, likely to be a bee. So which of the following processes does the insect help to carry out? Don't think that, oh, this one very simple. Or I have students who actually got this wrong. Okay, what is your answer? What would be your answer? If I look at your question 6, a lot of you actually put down C. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's actually C. Why is it not D? Why is it not D? Anyone? Pranati is smiling. Why is it not D? Hakim says, okay, this is a flower. Correct or not? This is a flower, right? Yeah, so flower, yeah, so when we talk about dispersal, usually it's like the fruits or the seeds, isn't it? Correct. Thank you, Hakim. Yeah, nothing to do with seeds, right? It's only flowers. So what's with flowers? What will the flowers have? There's usually, okay, Joshua, you try. Yeah.
The flowers when they the flowers when if it's a female flower, it has the female reproductive parts and it is pollinated. Fertilization will occur and it will become a fruit, and then it will be dispersed through seeds.
Okay, you are not answering my question actually.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Sorry, let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
So as the flower, the insect, which is most likely a bee, is a pollinator.
So
which helps out in the pollination process.
So pollination is a process whereby the
pollen grains are transferred from one plant to another plant. Of course, one of them has to have the female reproductive parts.
Like what?
The stigma, the style, and the ovaries, and also ovules.
Okay. Yeah. So what else is important? Where will the pollen grains come from?
The pollen grains come from another flower which